Okay, let's get started.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.
Hey horror freaks, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. If this is the first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notification every single time that I post a video, and I post every single week. So you can see from the title, today's video is going to be my full review with spoilers of the documentary Living with Chucky that is now available to stream on Screambox. Now, as always, all my reviews are with spoilers. If you don't want them just to see if this was worth it or not, on the description box down below, there you're going to find my spoiler-free review because I like to give you guys the two options. So giving all that disclaimer, let's get into the video. Now, Living with Chucky follows a filmmaker who grew up alongside Chucky the killer doll that seeks out the other families surrounding the Child's Play films as they recount their experiences working on the ongoing franchise and what it means to be part of the Chucky family. This documentary is 1 hour and 40 minutes, and essentially what it shows, it's from the very first film all the way to the series by being divided by each individual film, behind the scenes footage and commentary, and what was the experience and what basically happened behind the scenes. We're going to have the participation of many people who were present on the franchise from the very beginning. We have some people that they got into the franchise a little bit later, but it's very good to see that many of the people that were involved in this are present on the documentary, and it's really fun and cool to actually hear them talking about this. We hear on the first one how they came out with the design of the doll, exactly what they were looking for, the design of the costume. There were many things that I didn't know. Like, for example, the costume design and how everything happened. They talk a little bit about the importance of not using CGI and always using a puppet, which is something that I agree. I have said this way too many times already. Chucky in CGI, that will be awful. They talk about the struggles of filming with a puppet, and the behind the scenes footage shows how many people they are behind the doll and how they do all the mannerisms and like the face movements and everything. A very cool thing to see, being honest. Like, I feel that this documentary is very good for people that want to know more about this franchise because it's very informative, and to be honest, it's very easy to understand what they're talking about. And the narrative, since it's in chronological order, is even easier to understand since we're going film by film. They also at some point talk about the importance of child actors because, of course, we have Andy, who was just a little kid. The actor talks about that specific scene when he is heavily crying because he realizes that Chucky is on his way and no one believes him. It's very, very cool to hear that. We also have some people that aren't precisely on the franchise, but they are important on the horror industry. So it's very cool to also see the perspective of other people outside of the franchise. Basically, this is a very good documentary. I only have one issue. The documentary is 1 hour and 40 minutes. And in my opinion, it was way too long for what it was. Once they stopped talking about each individual project of the franchise, because we conclude with the ongoing Chucky series, basically what they start talking is about the struggles of the filmmakers in the industry of being away from their families, where I believe that this time could have been used for the director, producer, and everything, that she could have used this a little bit better in order for her to talk a little bit more, because her perspective of the documentary is very short. Like, I didn't count like the minutes, but it's way too short. I was expecting to hear more about her because basically she's the one that ends the documentary talking about her experience with her dad and her being a child and growing up with Chucky technically, but I would have done it in a way that could have been more. Because honestly, I was expecting a little bit more of her into the documentary. But for the rest, I think that it's very good. But the thing is that since it's so long, it feels that it's dragging itself, like it's been stretching in order for being longer. It turns a little bit boring. By the end, I was like, okay, what else they can be talking here? Like, honestly, what else? So that would be my only issue. They could have done it a little bit shorter and she could have talked a little bit more. Like, I was expecting to hear more of her, since she's the one that is making the documentary. But for the rest, like I said, this is a very good documentary. I will recommend it. She is a filmmaker that is basically starting out, so I understand that this will not be perfect, since she's the one that edited, she is the director, the producer, everything. She's something that she did all by herself. So of course, I understand that this may not be 100% perfect, but she has potential. I would love to see more of her in the horror genre, maybe short film, maybe eventually a longer film, but I would really like to see her doing more because she definitely has the potential. Now for me, this documentary is a 3.5 out of 5 or a 7 out of 10. It is available to stream on Screambox and is worth watching. But well, I think that this has been all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below if you watched it, what do you thought about it, or if you're planning on watching it. And also guys, happy early Easter, since today is Friday, but Easter is on Sunday. So happy Easter everybody, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Ghosts are real. That much I know.